Tavar, you had said you were retraining your team to think creatively and strategically to stretch a dollar. I thought it was such a cool statement, A, to be talking about the way people are thinking and kind of all working together, right, towards a goal. So just elaborate on that for us in terms of maybe a little bit of a change that you're trying to make with your team.
Yeah, I think we've all been faced with the challenge of doing more with less. And so what we try to do, not only myself, but my team and then our sales leaders is we're looking at the opportunities that we have within a year, a business year, and we're trying to make sure that we're maximizing every opportunity possible. And so when I say we're retraining ourselves to think a little bit more creatively, when we think about those tier one third party conferences where we're doing the big booth and the branding and all the hoopla, we start to ask ourselves, is that really the best use of our dollar? And we start to ask those questions based off of the data that we have available to us. So we're being very, very intentional in 2024 and saying, listen, we can invest a six-figure amount into this third-party conference, but if we do that, what are we getting in return based off of what we've done in the past? And so we're looking at history, we're looking at trends. And to be honest with you, my team and our sales leaders have made some tough decisions going into 2024 about third-party events that we will not be participating in at that level next year, because we're finding that that same amount of money, we can do more across multiple experiences, across multiple events, and get more of a return. So that's what I mean by I'm training my team, and not only just my team, the field marketing team, but also training our stakeholders to think differently. And it's been working. I think, I have one of my sales leaders in one of our regions that actually came to me when we were doing budget planning for next year to say, hey, I know that we typically invest X amount of dollars into this trade show. Do you mind if we, not invested in that trade show and instead spread it across several different events throughout the year? I think that's going to show more return. And it does show more return. So it's working. That new frame of mind is working. And it's actually great when you have your stakeholders actually coming to you and thinking the way that you're thinking as well. So, yeah.
I enjoy hearing you say that and sort of the way you broke that down, right? For a couple reasons. I think one is the do more with less, in my opinion, just as a business owner who runs my own business, is a mentality, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think there's a ledge on that where you under-resource people to a degree, right? But there's also, that is a mentality of saying, hey, what are these efforts and these energies creating, right? What are we
Right.
really producing? And I think that's the question that you're asking yourself. And now you're kind of like permeating that down to your team to say, hey, if they may be more in the weeds than you are, or in a little more day to
Mm-hmm.
day of a different thing, and saying, hey, I'm trying to get you to think this way. I think ultimately that is absolute gold. It's an investment into your team. And I think that will
Right.
pay tenfold there.